What is up, my friends? Welcome to All Red. It's me, Sam, back with you to do yet another match preview. Liverpool, our joint top of the Champions League table. Is it the Champions League table now? The joint top owners of the Champions League table. Liverpool sit with 6 points, as well as 6 other teams. Liverpool currently in 5th because of their goal differential. And now it is RB Leipzig. And Liverpool will have yet another chance to display the brilliance that we have seen under Arne Slot. So we get to look at Liverpool v RB Leipzig. And straight out of the gate, I will say that I think Arne Slot picks his strongest 11 available to him in this one, because this is yet another match where you have to take these points. You have to win these 3 points. It's an away match, and Liverpool traveling, they've actually done really well traveling in recent memory in the Champions League. So I think Arne Slot's going to pick a very strong side for this. Let's get into it. By the way, this is the channel that is all Liverpool all the time. It's all red. Please hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Massively, massively helps the channel, guys. Thank you so much for doing that. And we go again. First up, it's Kelleher. Yes, I don't think Jaros comes into this one. I think it's Kelleher's position. And I think Arne Slot should use him as much as possible with the Alisson GOAT still injured. Hopefully he is back soon, but I think it's Kelleher's sticks for the moment. And I think it's Konate and Van Dijk. Those two have to play in every important match this season if they are fit. They are absolutely incredible, guys. Have you seen the Premier League table? Have you seen the Champions League table? So in the Premier League, Arne Slot has won his first 9 out of 10 matches, only conceding 3 goals. Only conceding 3 goals in 8 matches. Sorry, that was 8 matches. 7 out of 8. Only conceding 3 goals in 8 Premier League fixtures, and only 1 in Champions League across 2. And apart from that, we conceded 1 in the Carabao Cup to West Ham. So by my count, what is that? That is 11 games, 10 out of 11, only 4 goals conceded in 11 matches. And Van Dijk and Konate are at the heart of that. They are absolutely incredible together. Finally, it's clicked, right? We knew Van Dijk was probably the greatest defender ever in Premier League history. And we knew that Konate was really good too, but it just never clicked until this season. And finally, it has clicked. It has absolutely clicked. And alongside of them, it's Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think those two have also been a big part of that stalwart defense. Now, I could see Andy Robertson getting dropped in this one for Tsimikas, but personally, I hope not, because I think Andy Robertson, while he looked maybe just a tad bit slow against Chelsea, he was going up against a very good winger and really didn't get beat for a goal, right? Like, look at the proof, right? Look at the proof is in the pudding. Andy Robertson did what he had to do, and I think he's a big part of that back line, right? That big back line that when we regain possession, it becomes a series of 3 players. It's Robertson, Van Dijk, and the keeper, Kelleher. Konate and Trent kind of push up and try to spread out a little bit. And so I think Andy Robertson starts. I could also see him get replaced with Tsimikas, but I really hope that doesn't happen, because I think Andy Robertson is much better than Tsimikas, okay? Let's get into the midfield. I think Gravenberch starts again, and alongside of him, I think McAllister comes back in. I think this is a game where Liverpool, unlike the Chelsea match, come in and I think they try to control this game, right? They let Chelsea have possession. That was the game plan. Chelsea, you can have the ball. We're going to hit you on the counterattack, and we're going to get an ugly win. I think in this one, Liverpool will try to have much more control, much more possession, and that's McAllister's game, right? We saw that when McAllister came in against Chelsea. He was calm, he was cool, collected, and we saw this shift from like, okay, we're going to be sporadic in possession. We're going to kind of just try to bomb it forward, and if Chelsea regain it, that's fine. But McAllister came in, and we had possession, we had control, and I think that's what we need against RB Leipzig. Leipzig's a good team. Like, they have had two kind of heartbreaking losses in the Champions League so far this season. They can score goals, and they can score goals quickly. And so I think McAllister comes in. I think he brings us a little bit more defensive stability as well. You know, Curtis Jones, man of the match against Chelsea, and I think he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I think McAllister gives us just a little bit more of that defensive line on the back. And there's a lot of outside my window. There's a lot of blowing going on. There's just blowing of leaves, right? I hope that's not too distracting. I'll try to talk louder. Szoboszlai. I can't see Slot dropping Szoboszlai in this one because, you know, man, it's tough. Szoboszlai is an engine. He is a coal-fired engine, man, and he can run lights out for 90-plus minutes. He was very poor in the attack against Chelsea. There were a lot of times where it was just like, it kind of felt like he wanted to give the ball back to Chelsea. And at the same time, I think he's a very important piece for Arne Slot. It's clear. Like, Arne Slot sees Szoboszlai as a crucial part of his midfield because he's played in all the biggest games so far this season. Now, I do think Harvey Elliott brings some competition to this position, but Harvey Elliott's not ready. He's not back yet. He's not fully fit. And so I think Szoboszlai starts, and, you know, hey, Curtis Jones looked great. Maybe at the 60, 65, 70th minute mark, Curtis Jones comes in for the McAllister position. McAllister moves up into the Szoboszlai position, and Szoboszlai gets a bit of a rest. But I think Szoboszlai starts. Let's talk about our attack. Mo Salah has to be in, absolutely. We know that Arne Slot trusts Mo Salah, and he's going to put Mo Salah in at every chance he can get. And why wouldn't you? Mo Salah is literally one of the greatest attacking wingers in Premier League history, in Liverpool history. This guy cannot stop scoring, and he cannot stop assisting. Have you seen some of the statistics around Mo Salah? I think he's approaching Thierry Henry's goal record in the Premier League. I think he's approaching Wayne Rooney's goal plus assist in a game record. This guy is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Mo Salah. You have to play him. He is one of the GOATs. He's one of the greatest players of all time, and you just can't deny that. So Mo Salah starts. I think Luis Diaz got a good bit of rest against Chelsea. We saw him come in and really just kind of be a spark that I was hoping Cody Gakpo would be at the start of that Chelsea game, and he wasn't. But Luis Diaz is much more of a 1v1 player than Cody Gakpo. Luis Diaz will get the ball, and he'll take on whoever's in front of him, even if it's 2 or 3 defenders. And he's done that really well this season for Arne Slot. The one thing I need to see from Diaz is I just need him to shoot the ball. Shoot the ball, man. Wherever you get an inch of space, shoot it. You're right outside the box, shoot it. We don't need every goal to be tap-ins. And Luis Diaz doesn't really score tap-ins. He scores worldies. But we need to see him shoot. Go shoot the ball, bro. Don't think about it. Just go shoot. And finally, our number 9, our striker in this one, it's going to be Darwin Nunez. Darwin put in a great shift against Chelsea. He really did. Came in for an injured Jota. We don't yet know the status of Diogo Jota, but Darwin Nunez came in and he looked really good. Calm, cool, collected, had some great headers, flicks, passes. He was a really good connector at the number 9 position. And I think he starts in this one. I think this is a really strong lineup coming out against RB Leipzig, who can put goals in the back of the net and can surprise teams. And so my score prediction in this one, I'm going to say that Leipzig get an early goal. I hope not. I think Liverpool's defense is getting better every single week. But we know that RB Leipzig can score, and they can score early. And so I'm going to say RB Leipzig score an early goal, but I think Liverpool score 3 in response to that, and I think it's a 3-1 victory for Liverpool. We're going to start to see more separation in the Champions League table. The more games we see, the less teams we're going to see with, perfect records at the top, and hopefully Liverpool retain that perfect record in this one. If I had to pick a man of the match in this one, I'm going to... This is going to be kind of weird, guys. I'm going to say Szoboszlai. I'm going to put it out there. Dominik Szoboszlai is going to put in a man of the match performance against RB Leipzig. I think he'll be playing in somewhat familiar territory, and I think he's going to do it, guys. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put out that Szoboszlai vibe and say that he is going to be Liverpool's man of the match in match week 3 of the Champions League.
Yeah, of course.